Okay, hey. So I just wanted to share something that was put on my heart to share. It seems to be a sentiment that's been echoed quite a few times about purpose and surrounding purpose. So since I have been out here telling everybody, be authentically you, you don't really know what your purpose is, but in you being authentically you, you will discover it. It starts there essentially. So I just kind of wanted to share, sometimes, especially when there is divine timing. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, two verses that stood out to me was verse 1 and verse 17, which essentially are saying that there is a divine timing for your purpose, and there's also divine timing for judgment for the righteous and the wicked. So understand that if you are not in line or in place to fulfill your purpose at the divine time or the predestined time, sometimes you'll be pushed or forced into position. So that kind of led me to, don't be stubborn. That's why I keep coming out here to tell you guys, be obedient, don't be stubborn. Because if you think about the Most High as a father, which it clearly defines him as, keep in mind, he said that we were made in his image. That is in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. So God said we were made in his image, essentially, if you want to reference that or go back to study that. But if you think about it, for those of you who are parents, right, or maybe in a parental role or authoritative role, or you have a child that you're looking over, we're going to keep it as broad as possible. But essentially, if you have a child, right, and you've given your child some type of instruction, and for whatever reason they opted to be stubborn or they opted not to be obedient, what do you typically do? You warn them. You say, hey, look, I told you not, not to do that, and you went and did it. You may try and talk to them, originally, but if they continue to repeat the behavior, there's typically consequences that step in. Everybody's different in their ranges and their types of consequences, but essentially there is a consequence that is put into place in order to reinforce the lesson. Especially as a parent, if you understand that if they don't learn that particular lesson, that it could be detrimental to them. And by detrimental, I mean it's irreversible, right? They're either going to end up passing as a result of not being obedient to this particular instruction, or they're going to end up incarcerated. It's like a mistake you can't take back, right? With those, you may be a little bit more firmer. So I just kind of wanted to leave you guys with that, to understand that if nothing else, he's our father, so think about him in terms of you as a child in relation to him. So with that, remember, he does love you. So as a parent, I don't think there's anything that your child can ever do that would make you stop loving them. They may make you mad with them, they may make you upset with them, but there is nothing that you could ever do as a child that would make a parent hate you or stop loving you or stop trying to rally around you. Remember that when it comes to him. And then remember to, when you go to him, it does the Bible states that you should go to him as a child, right? Because that's his expectation. I'm your father, you are my child. If this being, however you want to reference him, this energy, the Most High, because nobody really knows how to define him. But if he is your father, it don't matter how you come to him when you say, hey, Dad, I need help. Hey, Father. Hey, Abba. Hey, Most High. Hey, God. Hey, Allah. It doesn't matter. But if you're coming to him with the heart of a child, in all sincerity, in all humbleness, because, think about your relationship with your physical mom and dad. You ain't gonna go to them and never say, hey, you better help me. No, it don't work that way. There's gonna be some reverence, there's gonna be some respect in how you approach the situation. But if you're going to him in all sincerity, all earnestness, and you're saying, I need help. I feel bad today. Things didn't work out for me today. I need your guidance. Don't ever think that he would turn you away for that. Don't ever think you have to come to him in perfection. He's never asked us to come to him in perfection, because keep in mind, he sees all, right? So most times when you're coming to him, he already know you're probably gonna come to him. He already knows you need him, because if he coordinates and orchestrates everything, he has his eye on everything. He's already seen everything. Unlike, your physical mom and father, he's seen it all. He knows it all. So you don't have to be perfect. You can come to him in tears. You don't even have to come to him fully audible. He knows your heart. Remember that. Don't be afraid to come to him, even if you're not coming to him perfect. Sometimes when you're coming to him at your most vulnerable and in your most broken state, that is when he looks out for you the most, because he understands the sincerity in that. Again, I make the reference because I try and connect it to real life, because again, we're made in his image, right? Real life situations. You have a child, your child's upset, and they're coming to you and they're barely audible, and you're like, hey, tell me what happened, tell me what's going on so I can help. And they're just you're like, whoa, I don't understand that. But unlike us, the Most High understands that. So I just want to put that message out there. It's okay to go to him even when you don't know all of the words to say. The fact that you just turn to him sometimes is enough, because remember, a lot of times he knows what you need before you even know you need it. So I just kind of wanted to leave you guys with that today, because it was on my heart to come and speak about that. And that's all I got for you. As always, love you guys. Bye.